Hey everyone, what is going on? So we are doing Kpop964's Forest Cup tournament run, and he is using a team that consists of Blaziken, Ferrothorn, Galvantula, Jumpluff, Gastrodon, and Kingdra, and his opponent in the first round is running Meganium, Cherrim, Blaziken, Mantine, I almost said Mantike, but it's Mantine, Crustle, and Stunfisk. So let's see what happens. So he's currently having that Kingdra out, and Kingdra is going to go ahead and be hit by this charge attack, allowing it to go through. Going to be that Rock Slide. Not enough to knock it out. Kingdra will feint the Crustle. And let's see what decides to come in on the opponents. And going to be a Mantine. Okay, so Kingdra able to get a last-ditch effort Octazooka off. So this could possibly lower the attack. Is going to lower the attack. Okay, so Kingdra does feint, but that's totally fine because in comes Ferrothorn. Kingdra already did its job, so it's pushed to the side for now. And Ferrothorn is going to go for the Power Whip. And Mantine, okay, Mantine switches out and goes for what I assume to be a Weather Ball, as it is. So Ferrothorn not wanting to take that hit. In comes Blaziken. So Blaziken going to be able to eat these Weather Balls. I mean, Blaziken is squishy. It does relatively decent amount for being a Weather Ball attack, right? But Blaziken's still able to take a couple of them at least. So going to be able to take another one right now. And going to charge up extra energy, not wanting to be hit by another Weather Ball because that would feint the Blaziken, and it does go for a Blaze Kick. So that will be enough to knock out the Cherrim. In comes Mantine, so unfortunately this Blaziken does not have Stone Edge, so it's just going to go for a Blaze Kick, maybe bluffing the Stone Edge as it does, so that Mantine does shield. So that's a good thing about Blaziken, right? A lot of people are probably going to assume you have Stone Edge, so even if you didn't use an Elite TM on it, you could still possibly bluff the Stone Edge and still pick up a shield, right? And plus, if you go for the bait, like the Blaze Kick, they still might think you have the Stone Edge. They just think you went for the bait, right? So maybe hold off on using that Blast Burn, unless if it's going to possibly knock out the Pokemon, right? So really well played on K-Pop's side. So able to take Game 1 of Round 1. So this is going to be a 5-round tournament. So winning Game 1. So jumping into Game 2. And we'll have to see how it plays out and what teams K-Pop decides to use. K-Pop is a trainer that I have shoutcasted tournaments before, so thank you so much for submitting these battles. I really do appreciate it, as always. So let's see, just waiting on the team. I guess I didn't edit out this beginning part a little bit too long, but that's okay. So now we're going to go ahead and jump into the next game. It's going to be Kingdra versus Stunfisk. So we'll have to see how this plays out. I know obviously Kingdra is going to be doing super effective damage with the Octazooka. It's going to be neutral to the discharge, going to shield it up, not wanting to be hit with that. Would have done a good amount of damage. It wouldn't have knocked out the Kingdra, but it would have done a good amount. So Kingdra will opt to go for the Octazooka right now. Stunfisk will shield it up. Doesn't lower Stunfisk attack, but that's okay. I'm going to go for another discharge. We'll see how much it does. Okay, as you can see, would have done a good amount the turn before. That's okay. So Kingdra going to go ahead and maybe shield. Yep, going to go ahead and shield, wanting to win the lead position. So going to be that discharge. And in comes Meganium. So Meganium going to be hit by this Outrage. Now, we'll have to see if Meganium shields this. If it doesn't, it's going to do a massive amount of damage. It does not shield, so that's huge for the Kingdra. In comes Blaziken. So obviously Blaziken has to watch out for the Earthquake. That will one-shot Blaziken. Gotta be. Yep, going to be that Earthquake. This will be enough to knock out the Blaziken, doing massive amounts of damage. So we'll have to see what comes in. Going to be that Kingdra. Okay, Kingdra will farm down. So in comes, we'll have to see what comes in. Going to be that Blaziken. Okay, so Blaziken going to be able to farm down, not before taking a lot of damage though. In comes Ferrothorn. So this is not, yeah, this is not going to be good for K-Pop. This is definitely, even if it's a Blaze Kick, right? It's a Blast Burn. Okay, so going to knock out Ferrothorn easily. So going to go ahead and lose Game 2, but it's currently 1-1 in Round 1. So we'll have to see how this next round plays out and see who wins this round. But yeah, so we'll see once the game begins, and the game is beginning now. So it's going to be a Blaziken lead versus Mantine. So because this Blaziken does not have Stone Edge, this is definitely a horrible matchup. Even if it has Stone Edge, it wouldn't be great. But so switching into Jumpluff, in comes Blaziken. So definitely not a great situation. However, Jumpluff does have something that's super effective to Blaziken. Going to be that Aerial Ace. Blaziken does opt to shield it. Going to get to another Aerial Ace. So really threatening this Blaziken or threatening Shield. So doing massive amounts of damage to that Blaziken, Jumpluff will opt to shield this attack. Going to be a Blaze Kick, as expected. Wouldn't have knocked out the Jumpluff, but would have done a lot. So, okay, going to be able to get to another Aerial Ace. This is going to be enough to take out that Blaziken. So, turning the bad lead, well, actually the Blaziken does shield, but turning a bad lead into a pretty good situation because Blaze Kick, not going to be enough, although I would imagine the counters will be. Although up a shield, lost the lead though. In comes his own Blaziken that's going to be able to farm down. In comes Mantine, definitely not a great situation for Blaziken. We'll have to see what happens. Gonna go ahead and go for that Aerial Ace, doing a lot of damage, in fact, knocking out Blaziken. In comes Galvantula. So Galvantula is going to be able to farm down this Mantine because it is an electric type, of course, using Volt Switch. Aerial Ace doing a good amount of damage, holding onto that shield. In comes Meganium. Wow, this is huge. Okay, so Meganium is going to be hit by this Bug Buzz attack. This is going to do massive amounts of damage, almost enough to take it out. That is absolutely crazy. I thought K-Pop was actually going to lose this one. Going to be able to shield this attack and then go for a discharge against the Mantine and actually win that. Wow, that is actually some crazy play. I thought he was going to lose. Losing the lead and still able to come out ahead. Really well played. Going to be able to take the game, knock out that Mantine and win round one. So that was really fantastic. That was a great turn of events. That was a great play. Great plays by K-Pop to be able to win that. So jumping into round two, able to win round one, going up against Luke 21. So we'll have to see if K-Pop switches up how he plays. So yeah, I guess I left the beginning in for quite a while, so I do apologize for that. Moving forward, we'll cut out a lot of this. I don't know why I left all of this in, but we'll have to see. The next battle should be beginning momentarily, as it does now. So Galvantula lead as the Swampert comes in. So Galvantula going to want to bail because it's not going to be doing much. In the Kingdra, out comes Ferrothorn. So definitely not a great situation for K-Pop, right? Ferrothorn is going to be able to resist all of these attacks from Kingdra. The only saving grace, going to be that attack lowering ability from Octazooka. So able to lower the attack. Power Whip, still going to do a good amount of damage. Ferrothorn should still be able to win this one. We'll have to see. Okay, another Octazooka comes out. Can it lower the attack again on Ferrothorn? We'll have to find out. No, it cannot. Okay, so Power Whip is coming out because of the attack debuff. I don't know if this is enough. Is it? No, but another Bullet Seed will be enough, so able to knock out that Kingdra. In comes Galvantula, so Galvantula might want to just farm down. Okay, a charge attack coming out from Ferrothorn. Galvantula does resist its charge attacks like Power Whip, so able to take that and able to farm down with Volt Switch. We'll have to see what comes in now. Going to be Swampert. Okay, K-Pop expected that, going for the Bug Buzz, wanting to get off a good amount of damage. Swampert will shield, expecting the Bug Buzz. Okay, there's a Jumpluff in the back, so Galvantula going to go ahead and opt to shield this attack, not wanting to be hit by a Hydro Cannon. So charging up extra energy, unfortunately wasn't able to bail on the charge move, wasn't fast enough, that's okay. So going to go ahead and save that energy and bring in Jumpluff. Out comes Mantine, so okay, Energy Ball is going to be neutral to Mantine. So we'll have to see how much this does. I mean, a good amount of damage. Obviously, you have to watch out for the Aerial Ace. Going to be doing a good amount of damage to Jumpluff. Not going to be enough to knock it out. Going to be that Aerial Ace. Needs to get to another one, but this Jumpluff is able to get to this Energy Ball. So Energy Ball going to be shielded by Mantine. And Mantine probably, going to go ahead and go for an Aerial Ace. This will be enough to knock out that Jumpluff, but keep in mind, we do have the Galvantula in the back. Can it farm down before an Aerial Ace comes out? Yes, it can. Yes, it can. That was awesome. And now the Bug Buzz comes out from Galvantula. Galvantula is going to be able to pick up this win, right? Yeah, that's going to be enough to knock out that Swampert. Able to win that. Another situation where it didn't look too great for him, but able to play it super well and able to come out ahead with that Galvantula and able to use it to beat Pokemon like Swampert, which obviously the ground typing does resist, right? The Swampert, the Galvantula's electric moves, so had to go for Bug Buzz. Really well played in order to save up a lot of energy. So going to go ahead and win round one, so we're going to go ahead and jump into round two in just a moment. So we'll have to see how K-Pop decides to play this one. So the next game is beginning. Going to be a Galvantula versus Galvantula. So it is a Galvantula mirror match. So they could stay in. Looks like the opponent's Galvantula is going to go just for the discharge. Doing resisted damage, but still doing a lot of damage. So, okay, it was a CMP tie. Kpop's Galvantula is going to go ahead and go for the discharge. It looks like the opponent might be ahead on CMP. Yep, so might want to shield this if it wants to win the lead. Oh, nope, going to allow Galvantula to go down. Okay, so Galvantula faints. In comes Kindred to farm down. And let's see what comes in from the opponent. Could be anything. If it's that Ferrothorn, going to be able to resist. Yep, going to be Ferrothorn, going to be able to resist Kindred's attacks. So switching into Jumpluff, able to catch this Power Whip. So nice play on Kpop's side, right? Able to catch the Power Whip, not wanting to take that attack. In comes Cherrim. So obviously Cherrim with Weather Ball going to be super effective to Jumpluff. Going to do a good amount. We'll have to see exactly how much it does. Yeah, it does a decent amount. It is super effective, but, you know, Jumpluff able to take it. Jumpluff does go for that Aerial Ace as well. That will be shielded by Cherrim. And it looks like another Aerial Ace is coming out from Jumpluff's side. Again, going to be super effective. And, excuse me, guys. And, so Jumpluff going to be hit by a Weather Ball, so going to be able to take that and switching into Kingdra. So Kpop still has 2 shields, going to go ahead and go for that Octazooka, trying to knock out the opposing Pokemon that will be shielded. Cherrim does switch into Ferrothorn. And keep in mind, Kpop still has 2 shields. Now he's actually up 2 shields, saving those shields for the late game. We'll have to see how it works out. Kingdra does go for the Outrage. Yes, Ferrothorn does resist all of Kingdra's moves, but it's really low, and Kpop still has 2 shields, so gonna shield that Power Whip. We'll have to see, because Ferrothorn does charge up really fast, right? So, ooh, he doesn't get to another Power Whip. I mean, that would have taken the last shield, but I thought he would have gotten to it. And then the Octazooka comes out from Kingdra. Is this going to be enough? How low is it? Yep. Oh, yeah, it's super low. So, able to win that one. So, actually winning the set. Still a 3rd game, right? Because we still play 3 games in tournaments, but able to win that. Really well played, right? On Kpop's side, really playing this tournament really well so far. Playing these rounds really well. So jumping into game 3, Ferrothorn lead versus Swampert. So picking up a huge lead. That Swampert's gonna have to bail. Yep. Into Galvantula, in comes Gastrodon. So first time we're seeing Gastrodon in this tournament. So Gastrodon is going to be able to resist the discharge attack. Yep, going to be able to resist it, going to be able to take it nicely and go for the body slam against Galvantula. This should be enough to knock out, I believe. Nope, close, but not enough. One more Mud Slap is going to be able to knock it out. So we'll have to see what comes in. Gastrodon winning that lead. Going to be a Ferrothorn, so just wants to get off that Earth Power, trying to get to it. That Ferrothorn is trying to, so hard to farm down, right? But going to go ahead and go for the Earth Power. So actually gets the defense drop, so that's pretty crazy. Gastrodon doing a lot of damage to Ferrothorn. Yep, Ferrothorn did farm down, but in comes Ferrothorn on Kpop's side. So going to probably be that Flash Cannon, yep, because Power Whip is double resisted, so Flash Cannon is the way to go. So another Flash Cannon coming out. So going to be neutral damage, but still doing a good amount, and now probably just farm down. You know, Billisy just going to be able to farm down. So Flash Cannon coming out from the opponent. And Ferrothorn does collapse. So in comes Swampert. So Swampert's going to be hit by this Power Whip. This is absolutely going to devastate Swampert. The shield does come up. So in comes Jumpluff. So 2 grass types. Amazing. 2 grass types. Swampert cannot deal, right? Obviously Sludge Wave is going to be super effective. It does have Sludge Wave. But Jumpluff does not care because it's going to be able to shield and get off this Energy Ball, which is going to be enough to easily knock out. So knocks out the Swampert and wins that game. So going 3-0 in round 2. Obviously it didn't matter the last game, but still able to win that one. So really well played. So jumping into the next game. So the opponent is running a Meganium, Azumarill, Mantine, Blaziken, Crustle, and Galvantula. So we'll have to see. Hopefully we see that Crustle. Definitely going to be an interesting Pokemon. It's a Pokemon we've seen in a couple cups before this, right? Before this Forest Cup. But we'll have to see how it plays out in this game. So going to be Mantine. So obviously Mantine does resist those ground attacks. Coming into Galvantula, now Blaziken comes in. That tells me that Blaziken definitely has Stone Edge, because why would you... Actually, no, never mind. Yeah, bringing in Blaziken because of the fire attacks. I don't know why I said that. I was thinking Mantine, but no. Anyway, Blaziken does collapse, and Galvantula going up against the Meganium. Gonna go ahead and bluff the discharge, hoping to pick up a shield. He does get it, so nice play to bluff that discharge. Going to go ahead and shield this attack. That will be a Frenzy Plant. I don't know if that would have been enough. It might have been. It would have been very close. These Vine Whips would have fainted the Galvantula. So nice shield. Gonna go ahead and go for the Bug Buzz now. So this Bug Buzz is going to be shielded. That would have devastated the Meganium. So Galvantula switches into this Gastrodon. Very interesting. Willing to sacrifice the Gastrodon. So that was definitely a sacrificial swap, because you don't switch Gastrodon into Meganium unless if you want to swap it. Or sacrifice it, I should say. So Ferrothorn comes in, or if it's a mistake, right? Obviously, it could be a mistake. So Ferrothorn is going to go ahead and go for the Power Whip. Going to be doing some nice neutral damage to the Mantine. Mantine going to go ahead and go for a charge attack right now. Going to be a Bubble Beam, wanting to lower the attack, perhaps wanting to go for the shield, right? Trying to pick up the shield, not able to get it. Again, you know, even if it's an Aerial Ace or an Ice Beam in this case, not going to be enough to knock out the Ferrothorn, because Ferrothorn is neutral to it. It's not weak to it, so Power Whip will knock out the Mantine. In comes Meganium, so trying so hard to get to that Flash Cannon, able to get to it. Is this enough to knock out the Meganium? I'm curious. I know it's going to do a lot. It might be enough. No, it's not. Okay, it's not enough to knock it out, but definitely a great situation, obviously, for Kpop, because he still has a shield, could allow this Ferrothorn to go down. That will be enough. In comes Galvantula. Galvantula can easily shield this attack up, as it's going to be a Frenzy Plant, and could just farm down. Going to be able to win that. So yeah, it looks like Galvantula and Ferrothorn definitely huge players on Kpop's team in this game. So jumping into the next game, Galvantula lead versus Crustle. So we do go ahead and see that Crustle. So Crustle is going to be neutral to electric attack. So definitely gonna switch out into Kingdra. Not wanting to be hit by these charge attacks, so Kingdra will take this attack instead of Galvantula. Going to be an X-Scissor. Kingdra can definitely take that. Crustle switches to Meganium. So it looks like Kingdra going to go ahead and go for the bluff Octazooka. So Meganium will opt to shield that one up. So we'll have to see. Meganium is going to go for the Frenzy Plant and knock out the Kingdra. Probably, let's see what comes in. Okay, going to be a Ferrothorn. Okay, so Ferrothorn trying to get to a Flash Cannon. Yep, does get to the Flash Cannon. Now we know this is not going to be enough to knock out the Meganium. Going to do a lot, but not going to be enough to knock it out. So Meganium will go for a charge attack. Ferrothorn afraid of that Earthquake, but it's going to be a Frenzy Plant. So trying to feint down. This could be an Earthquake from the Meganium. Going to be neutral damage, but still going to do a lot. Okay, it's a Frenzy Plant. Ferrothorn does double resist that, so able to take it. Feinting the Meganium, in comes Blaziken. Going to go ahead and go for the Power Whip. Now both of these moves are resisted, right? Is Flash Cannon resisted by Blaziken, by fire types? I'm not sure actually. But anyway, Galvantula will go for the discharge, trying to knock out Blaziken. Blaziken won't have it and switches into Crustle. Crustle is able to farm down the Galvantula. So in comes Ferrothorn. So this is not really looking great. We'll have to see what happens. So Ferrothorn might want to shield this. Yep, going to go ahead and shield that. Going to be an X-Scissor. Would have been neutral damage. So going to charge up a lot of extra energy and go for the Power Whip. Wanting to have energy left for that Blaziken in the back. So able to knock out the Crustle. In comes Blaziken. Unfortunately, can't get to the Power Whip. I don't think that Power Whip would have been enough anyway. But it was a super close game. So able to lose that game, because the Ferrothorn does collapse. So gonna go ahead and jump into game 3 of round 3. So we'll have to see who wins this one. But yeah, I mean, I'm really impressed with the way Kpop964 has been playing. Right, been playing really well. So it's gonna be a Galvantula mirror match. So okay, very interesting. We'll have to see who wins the CMP on this one. So looks like just going for discharge. So Kpop does win it unless if the opponent didn't go for discharge immediately, which is always possible. So going to do some nice neutral damage. It looks like the opponent didn't do it. Actually, it's not neutral damage, it's resisted damage, but it still does a good amount of damage. Bug Bite, oh, okay, Bug Bite is going to be enough to just knock out that Garvantula. So nice play on the opponent's side. Kingdra might want to shield this. Nope. Going to be taking that discharge, going to be doing a lot of damage. Kingdra is really low. Wow, this is really not looking good. We'll have to see. So going to be a Meganium coming in. Okay, so Kingdra gonna go ahead and opt to go for an Octazooka, going for the bluff, hoping to pick up a shield. Can he do it? Yes, he can. So Kingdra switches to Blaziken. In comes Mantine. This is not a good situation at all because this Blaziken does not have Stone Edge. Obviously, you can bluff the Stone Edge, but you know, definitely not a good situation. I can only imagine that the opponent is probably going to shield this, not knowing that it's not going to be. But actually, the opponent does not shield it. Okay, very interesting. So calling the no Stone Edge. So nice play on the opponent's end. So Bubble Beam going to hit the Blaziken, going to lower the Blaziken's attack. Blaziken will go for a charge attack, probably. What was it? Blast Burn? Yep, going to be a Blast Burn. Mantine will shield that one, wanting to feint down the Blaziken. In comes Kingdra. Kingdra feints, and yeah, that's going to be it. So going to go ahead and lose round 3. So, okay, that's totally fine. So we're going to go ahead and jump into the next game. The opponent is running a Ferrothorn, Blaziken, Mantine, Jumpluff, Stunfisk, and Kingdra. So definitely not a great situation. I mean, but the Jumpluff at the end of the day does have that Aerial Ace, so I guess it's not a bad situation, right? So Blaziken will opt to shield that, and Blaziken gonna go ahead and go for a charge attack right now. Jumpluff will shield this one up. Going to be that Blaze Kick, not wanting to take that damage. Jumpluff will go for the Aerial Ace. This is going to do massive damage to the Blaziken because of how squishy it is. So doing a lot of damage. In comes Gastrodon to feint, and out comes Jumpluff. Okay, so Gastrodon was able to feint that Blaziken, but Jumpluff is probably going to punish this Gastrodon. Yeah, because a Body Slam not doing much. Earth Power definitely wouldn't do much to the Jumpluff. So Jumpluff is going to go ahead and go for an Energy Ball. This will knock out the Jumpluff or the Gastrodon. K-Pop allows it to go down, realizing that it's a liability at that point. In comes Jumpluff. So both going for Aerial Ace at this point. So Aerial Ace does come out from K-Pop's side, and that is doing a decent amount, nothing crazy. So another Aerial Ace from the opponent's end. This is going to do, we've seen how much damage it does. So they're both trying to get to another Aerial Ace, both going to be super effective to each other. So Aerial Ace does come out from K-Pop. So opponent does opt to shield that one up. And we'll have to see. Okay, so an Aerial Ace coming out from the opponent's end. Is this going to be enough? Let's see. It's going to be close. No, it's not enough, but it's really close. Jumpluff switches out to catch this Aerial Ace. Let's see what was in the back. Let's see what caught the Aerial Ace. Going to be a Ferrothorn, so nice switch on the opponent's end. In comes a Galvantula, so probably just wants to go for these Bug Buzz attacks. Going to be neutral to the Ferrothorn. Ferrothorn does get off a charge attack. Galvantula will shield it up. Going to be a Power Whip, not wanting to take that. So Galvantula does charge up extra energy and goes for the Bug Buzz. Again, neutral damage, but it's still going to be enough to knock out Ferrothorn. In comes Jumpluff. Jumpluff is going to be hit by this discharge. It's going to be neutral because Jumpluff is going to be a flying type. Not enough to knock it out. So this Energy Ball, Aerial Ace, not going to be enough to knock it out, right? It's going to be an Energy Ball, definitely not enough. And Galvantula will feint the Jumpluff. So lowering its defense, but it doesn't matter. So able to win that one. So we're going to go ahead and jump into, this is game 2, right? So it's going to be a Jumpluff lead. So it's going to be a Jumpluff mirror match. So very interesting. Let's see what happens. They both might just want to go straight Aerial Ace. So the opponent does go for the Aerial Ace first. And Jumpluff is going to be able to take it. And it does decide to take it. Okay, so the Jumpluff or the Aerial Ace coming out from K-Pop's side, going to do some pretty good neutral damage. I'm going to get to another Aerial Ace. Okay, so going to go ahead and go for that Aerial Ace right now. Wants to get to one more. One more wouldn't be enough to knock it out, but it would be very close. So Aerial Ace coming in from the opponent's end. And we'll have to see, can he get to it? Okay, he gets to the Aerial Ace. This is still not going to be enough. The opponent might decide to shield it. But yep, the opponent does decide to shield it. Okay, so the opponent is going for the Aerial Ace. So this is not going to be enough, but K-Pop does decide to shield it anyway, not wanting to be that low. So Gonna go ahead and go for the Aerial Ace. That will be shielded by the opponent. Okay, so add a shield on the opponent's end. Kpop might shield this. Both of them wants to win the lead. Yep, gonna go ahead and match shields with the opponent. So we'll have to see. The opponent switches into Blaziken. So Blaziken, wow, I don't know about that switch because this is going to be enough to do a lot of damage. Not gonna knock it out, but do a tremendous amount of damage. In comes Blaziken, able to knock out and farm down. Definitely not a great situation. We'll have to see what comes in. Going to be Jump Pluff. Okay, this Jump Pluff is going to be knocked out by this Blaze Kick, I believe. Blaze Kick's not the strongest move, but I still think it's enough. It is. Blaziken has a Sky High attack. In comes Ferrothorn. So, yeah, that switch. I wasn't a fan of that switch on the opponent's end, but that's okay. It happens. Would have been a difficult battle anyway because, you know, the opponent had the Ferrothorn and the Jump Pluff against Blaziken. Not a great situation. So able to win the round, but of course they're still going into the next game. Going to be a Jump Pluff versus a Blaziken. So definitely not. Well, actually, I guess it's not a bad situation for the Jump Pluff because of the Aerial Ace. And Counter obviously is resisted by Jump Pluff, so it's really not a bad situation. I guess it could go either way. We'll have to see. Going to shield that Blaze Kick. Would have done a good amount of damage because Blaziken does have a Sky High attack. So Jump Pluff will go for the Aerial Ace. Blaziken does shield it up. And Aerial Ace is going to come out from Jump Pluff's end. So this is going to do a lot of damage. Nope, Blaziken shields it, so it's not going to do anything. Jump Pluff probably will match shields here because this would do a massive amount of damage. Yep, going to go ahead and shield that. Going to be a Blaze Kick as expected, but not wanting to take that. So Aerial Ace does come out. We know how much damage it does to Blaziken. We'll have to see if it's enough. It is not enough. And then switching out and able to farm down with just like one counter. So really well played. But in comes Kingdra to punish the Blaziken. So because there's no Stone Edge, obviously you're going to go for the Blast Burn. This is double resisted by Kingdra. Not going to be enough. And Kingdra is going to not be able to farm down. So actually not a terrible situation for the Blaziken, honestly. Octazooka will knock it out. But able to get Kingdra super low. In comes Galvantula. So out comes that Ferrothorn. So Ferrothorn, okay, we'll have to see what happens. Okay, gonna go ahead and go for the Bug Buzz. This is gonna be neutral to the Ferrothorn, so it's gonna do a good amount of damage, a lot of damage actually. Gonna be hit by a charge attack. Now this charge attack going to be resisted, right? Still doing a lot of damage. Trying to get to discharge, able to get to it. So this discharge comes out on the Galvantula's end, and it's going to be enough to knock out Ferrothorn, and that's going to be it for that game. So able to win it. So currently 3-1 in the tournament, and we're going to go ahead and jump into the final round in just a moment. So jumping into the final round now, and the final opponent is running Blaziken, Stunfisk, Galvantula, Ferrothorn, Mantine, and Kingdra. So maybe we'll see that Stunfisk. We'll have to see how this plays out. 2 electric types on the opponent's end. So Gastrodon lead versus Ferrothorn. So terrible situation for the Gastrodon. Gonna have to bail before the power. Trying to catch the Power Whip. Able to catch it. Okay, nice play. Able to catch that Power Whip with the Jump Pluff. So going to be able to double resist that. In comes Mantine. Okay, not a terrible situation. I will have to see how this plays out because obviously going to be weak to Aerial Ace and Ice Beam, but that is going to be a Bubble Beam. So Jump Pluff will go for the Energy Ball. This Energy Ball is going to be neutral. Going to be neutral damage, so Mantine will shield it up, not wanting to take it. Another Energy Ball coming out from the Jump Pluff. So going to not really do that much. I mean, it's okay damage, I guess. So the Jump Pluff is going to be hit by a charge attack. It's going to be an Ice Beam, so that will be enough. Double weak to Ice Beam. So coming in, Ferrothorn is coming in. Again, going to be neutral to Ice Beam. Again, it's not really going to do that much. We'll have to see how much it does. This is going to be a Bubble Beam, so not even going for the Ice Beam, wanting to lower the attack on the Ferrothorns. And so Power Whip coming out. So this Power Whip is not going to be enough, but it's going to get it really low. Might want to farm down. Mantine actually bails into Ferrothorn, so now it's a Ferrothorn mirror match, which is probably going to be really common in the Forest Cup, right? So Flash Cannon coming out. Flash Cannon is the way you want to go because Power Whip is going to be double resisted by Ferrothorn, whereas Flash Cannon is single resisted. So Flash Cannon is generally the way to go, unless if you have a different move. If you have like Acid Spray, which is neutral, Well, actually, it's resisted because it's a steel type, right? No, it's neutral, I guess, because it's also a grass type. But it'll lower the defense of the Ferthorn. You might want to consider that, but most Ferthorn run Power Whip and Flash Cannon. So Ferthorn does opt to shield. Going to go ahead and go for the Power Whip. Now, again, double resisted, but the opposing Ferthorn is really weak. Not enough to knock it out, actually. Ferthorn switches. In comes Gastrodon, so definitely a great situation for the Gastrodon. Gastrodon does resist all of the moves Blaziken has besides that counter damage, right? So going to be able to resist these fire attacks, or if it's Stone Edge, going to be able to resist that as well. It's going to be Blaze Kick, and just wants to farm down with Mud Slap, able to do so. So let's see what comes in. It is going to be a Mantine. Mantine will be hit by this Body Slam, so Body Slam coming out from the Gastrodon. That will be enough to knock out the Mantine. In comes Ferthorn, and that's just going to be it. So Gastrodon able to win that one. So Kpop does go ahead and win this, win round 1 in the final round. So let's see what happens. Going to be a Gastrodon lead versus Mantine. Okay, so not a good situation for Gastrodon. Going to bail into Jumpluff. So Mantine does switch into Blaziken. Okay, again, we know this is kind of like a neutral matchup. It could go either way. The Jumpluff could win, the Blaziken could win, I think, right? Because Jumpluff does have that Aerial Ace, but Blaziken has the Fire move, so they're both strong against each other. So Blaziken coming out, gonna be shielded. Jumpluff, keep in mind, does have an energy advantage as well, so that gives another huge advantage to Kpop. So gonna go ahead and almost get to that Aerial Ace. It looks like the Blaziken did win that CMP tie. So Blaziken coming out, gonna do a lot of damage. Kpop allows it to go through. Gonna go ahead and go for this Aerial Ace. This will be enough to knock out the Blaziken, as it does. So Blaziken does collapse, and we'll have to see what comes in on the opponent's end. Going to be a Mantine. Okay, so Mantine is going to go ahead and go for a charge attack. It is going to be that Bubble Beam. Not enough to knock out Jumpluff, but one more fast attack will be enough to do so. So in comes Gastrodon. So again, Gastrodon not good against Mantine, right? Body Slam is going to be neutral to it, but it's not a powerful move, and Earth Power is going to be resisted. So just charging up extra energy and going straight for that Body Slam. As you can see, it's not going to do a lot of damage, although Mantine does shield. Very interesting shield. But we'll have to see how this plays out. Mantine will go for a charge attack, going to be an Ice Beam neutral damage. So it looks like this Gastrodon just wants to get off one more Body Slam. I imagine the opponent probably lets this Body Slam go through, as he does. As you can see, not really a lot of damage. In comes Ferthorn. So Ferthorn going to be neutral, doing neutral damage. So we'll have to see. Mantine goes for the Bubble Beam, lowering the attack on Ferthorn. Not wanting to be knocked out from the Power Whip, actually bailing on that Mantine. So what did he bail into? It is going to be a Ferthorn. So really nice switch on the opponent's end, lowering the attack of Kpop's Ferthorn and then switching into his own Ferthorn to generally win this mirror match. I would think so, right? I mean, Kpop was obviously ahead on energy, but its attack is debuffed, although Kpop does still have a shield. So we'll have to see. So the opponent does go for a Flash Cannon. Ferthorn will shield that, and I imagine the switch, yep. Okay, trying to catch the Power Whip. Nice attempt to waste the energy, but wasn't successful in doing so. Flash Cannon comes out from the opponent, and Kpop is going to go ahead and go for a Flash Cannon of his own. This Flash Cannon going to be resisted, but getting it really low. Trying to get to one more, able to get to it. Wow, actually able to get to it. I thought the opponent's Ferthorn would have gotten to it. This is going to be enough to knock out the opponent. And in comes that Mantine. The time is almost up. Oh, can't get to that Power Whip. Wait, if this is a Bubble Beam, it's not going to be enough. It's an Ice Beam, that's going to be enough. Okay, so that's going to knock it out. So it's 1-1. Time ran out, but they just finished just in time. So I'm going to jump into the final game. So we'll have to see how this plays out. Going to be a Ferthorn lead versus a Ferthorn lead. So mirror match. We'll have to see how it plays out again. We'll have to see. So obviously both, I imagine, going to go for the Flash Cannon. The opponent does get off the Flash Cannon. Or Power Whip. Yep, going to be a Flash Cannon as expected. So Kpop's Ferthorn going to go ahead and opt to go for a Flash Cannon of his own. So going to be resisted, but as we know, it's still going to do more than Power Whip. So another Flash Cannon coming out from the opponent's end, or a Power Whip. It's going to be that Flash Cannon. Yeah, you probably don't want to bluff until towards the end, right? So Flash Cannon coming out from Ferrothorn's end, that's going to get it really low. Okay, now you probably want to go for the power whip because of how low Ferrothorn is. Again, I still don't know if this is enough to knock it out, but the opposing Ferrothorn does decide to shield. So Kpop going to allow this Ferrothorn to be hit, going to be enough, just enough to knock it out. In comes the Gastrodon, so Gastrodon actually able to farm down Ferrothorn. Very interesting. So we'll have to see what comes out. Going to be Mantine, so switching into Jumpluff, and then Blaziken comes in. Again, we know this is actually going to be favorable for Jumpluff. It really is, because the opponent is down a shield, right? So this is definitely favorable now for the Jumpluff. So Jumpluff probably going to obviously shield this, I would assume. Wouldn't be enough. Oh, Stone Edge. Okay, that would have... Okay, I was thinking Blaze Kick, but it was actually Stone Edge. So nice shield on Kpop's end. So Jumpluff going to go ahead and go for the Aerial Ace. Going to not be enough, trying to get to one more. Oh, barely not able to get to it. Very close. By the way, if you want to follow Kpop, definitely check the link to his Twitter in the description down below, as well as the tournament link. You can check the tournament link. So switching in to catch this, what I assume to be a Blaze Kick, really nice play. Yep, Blaze Kick, really nice switch. Blaziken does collapse. In comes Mantine. Now, obviously, we know Mantine wins this matchup, but Gastrodon able to still catch that attack. So that was a really nice play on Kpop's end. So just going for the body slams and going to go for another one. Wants to add up the damage, right? Just doing as much damage as possible before it goes down. Mantine looks like it's farming extra energy. Totally fine. Makes a lot of sense. So it's going to be an Ice Beam that will be enough to knock out the Gastrodon, but this Energy Ball is going to be enough to knock out the Mantine and take that game, I believe. And that's going to be it for this one, guys. See you in the next one. Have a good day. Bye.